I'm Daniel Berlant in the Cal Fire Information Center with the fire situation report for Thursday, September 17th, 2020. Over 17,400 firefighters remain on the front lines of 26 major wildfires, as well as 3 extended attack fires. Now, the weather pattern in California has continued to bring us higher temperatures and even some fairly clear skies, so a lot of smoke is moving out in many areas. And while progress is being made on a number of fires, several others saw a growth due to increased fire behavior and even some firing operations where firefighters put fires on the ground in an effort to help slow down the fire. Now, yesterday, firefighters responded to 22 initial attack wildfires across the state. But looking at our statewide fire map, here are where those 26 major wildfires are currently burning. Let's go through the updates on a couple of the major ones. First, we'll start up in Butte County and Plumas County, the North Complex, burning outside of the Lake Oroville and Quincy areas. 280,000 plus acres have burned here. This is an increase of about 7,400 additional acres overnight. Now, again, there were some firing operations on this fire, which has led to that increase in the fire size. Overall, the containment here is at 36%. We'll move over to the August complex. This is, again, that just massive blaze burning west of Red Bluff. The August complex has burned over 839,000 acres, a significant increase in the last 24 hours. In fact, an additional 21,000 acres burned overnight. Containment on this fire remains at 30%. Moving down into the central Sierra, we'll go to the Creek Fire, which has been burning now for several weeks. 220,000 acres have burned. We saw there was an increase. In fact, 24,000 additional acres burned here. So this was definitely an active fire in the last day. We are continuing to hold the containment right now at 18% containment. Now, I'll mention just off to the side here is the Bullfrog Fire. According to the U.S. Forest Service, this fire is 900 acres. CAL FIRE at this point is not at scene of that one because it is a U.S. Forest Service fire. The U.S. Forest Service battling that fire just on the Sierra National Forest southeast of Bullfrog Lake. Let's go down just a little bit further down the southern Sierra. This is outside Porterville, Tulare County. This is the Sequoia or the SQF complex. There was growth overnight, about 8,500 additional acres on this fire, bringing it to over 122,000 acres. The fire is 12% contained. Going down south a little bit more, we'll go to the El Dorado Fire burning in San Bernardino County. This fire has now grown to 18,500 plus acres. There was a little growth overnight, another 400 acres, but containment did increase by an additional 3%, bringing the overall containment to 63% contained. A couple other fires I'll just note here. Again, we're just going through some of the high-level fires that CAL FIRE is either in command or unified command with. But there are several other fires that the Forest Service is battling. First, down in LA County, a lot of attention on the Angeles National Forest for the Bobcat Fire. That fire, according to U.S. Forest Service, is now over 50,000 acres and 3% contained. This is just north of Monrovia. And then up on the upper portion of the state, at the very, very top here, you can see on the Klamath National Forest, the Forest Service has been battling the Slater Fire in Siskiyou County. Over 143,000 acres have burned just to the north of Happy Camp. The U.S. Forest Service reports that this is 10% contained. For all of these fires, for additional information, for the latest on evacuations, road closures, and fire conditions, visit our website, fire.ca.gov. Let's talk about weather conditions right now. We are seeing a red flag warning in effect across many parts of California, especially the northeastern portion of California, all the way from Modoc along the Sierra down into Mono County. This red flag warning in effect due to gusty winds and low humidity. Now, this red flag warning is in effect through today. There's also a fire weather watch for some portions of Inyo County. So this is kind of the 395 highway corridor area, but again, red flag warning and a fire weather watch. What is causing it? It is the winds here. You can see, especially along that eastern side of California, 30 to 40 mile an hour in some areas. That is what is going to elevate the fire risk here. However, there is still some gusty winds across much of Northern California, so that will continue to do a couple things. One, it may push the smoke out in many areas, so we will see somewhat in some areas better air quality. However, it could also increase the fire behavior itself and hamper firefighting efforts. So winds are something we're definitely watching very closely today and into tomorrow. These are Friday's gusts. That's when we're expected to see the peak of our gusts for this week. Now, we are expecting a little bit of a potential weather shift. In fact, there are some rainstorms that are possible. We could actually see a slight chance for showers in parts of the Northern Valley as well as the mountains of the Central Sierra. So you can see here in green, starting early tomorrow and through the day, the most northern part of California, really starting in the upper portion of Sonoma, Mendocino County, all the way above Redding into Modoc, parts of Lassen County, and then again some parts of the Central Sierra down along south of Tahoe. Again, as those winds increase, those winds are increasing because this thunderstorm system or this cold pressure system is moving this low pressure system moving on to California, bringing again some potential rainfall in some areas. Now, since the beginning of the year, there have been nearly 7,900 wildfires that have burned over 3.4 million acres in California. And so you can see from this map in the past 10 years just how many acres have burned this year compared to others. Here's 2020, 3.4 million acres, dwarfing the other 9 years on this map. Especially look at last year. Last year's fire season significantly lower than it had been. 2018 was the record, 1.9. Now, it's important to mention this is numbers in modern history. Before civilization, it was not uncommon to see several million acres burn in California. But in modern history, you can see these are some pretty extreme numbers, and this year alone, pretty darn high. The top 20 largest wildfires, we continue to see 5 of the current fires burning on our top 20 largest wildfires. The August complex, of course, the largest with over 800,000 acres. It is in the number 1 spot. SU Lightning Complex, number 3. LNU Lightning Complex, number 4. The North Complex in Butte and Plumas County, number 6. And the Creek Fire in Fresno and Madera is number 10. So again, 5 of the fires burning here in 2020 are in the top 20 list, and in fact they're in the top 10 of the top 20 list. Now, it is very important as crews are continuing their work on wildfires and as evacuations are still in place while others are being lifted. It sounds simple, but did you know there are many hazards to watch out when you get back to your property if you've been evacuated? Crews in many areas are still working to get hot spots and even potential hidden fire damage that may not be visible, and so you may not be aware. So to learn more about returning home after a wildfire, please visit our website, readyforwildfire.org. That's the latest on the fire situation in California. I'm Daniel Berlant. Have a fire-safe day.